Hey everyone, this is the LEGO Razor Crest. This set has 123 pieces, 5 minifigures shown there. It retailed in the US for 130 bucks and is for ages 10 and up. And as you can see, my box is slightly damaged. And if you guys didn't know, this set's only sold at LEGO stores and Amazon. And I got mine from Amazon. I got mine for 130, but the box is damaged. I got mine used for 130. So why would, if it's used and damaged, why would it be 130 still retail price? Because Amazon upped the price to 170. I think 130, we'll talk about it a little later, is a little bit pricey for the set. So 170 is absolutely ridiculous. So I just wanted the set, and it said the box was damaged, not the pieces of the box. So I was like, if I'm getting $40 off for a slightly damaged box, as much as I'd like to keep them, I'm doing that. So coming to the back side of the box, it's actually really nice. Nothing wrong with it, not damaged. So this is what you guys will see in the review, because it's not ugly and torn up. So yeah, I also I deleted, I guess, the footage of me unboxing the set. So that's really, it really obsessed me that I did that. However, I still do have the time lapse, so you guys will see that next. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed the time lapse. Let's get on to our figures now. Our first figure up here, going in order of the box, is the child or Baby Yoda. Grogu on the box, he's just called the child, obviously, because this came out in 2019. Nowadays, we are in 2020, and this figure has been seen in only 2 other sets since then. The Trouble on Tatooine set, which is a 2021 set, and the child buildable statue UCS plaque type set, though it's not UCS. So we've seen it before. This is actually the first set he was shown in, however, so he was really cool to get at the time. He's some okay, kind of simple, but detailed for how small it is, torso print. He has some really good eye print there, and I love the mold. It's rubbery as well, so the ears won't really snap off if you play with them too much. A little fat from the side, I will admit, but it's the thinnest they could make him. So when people complain about it, like, you try and do it better, because you can't get it much better than this. And it's not like it's his body, it's his cloth or sort of gown. So it's supposed to kind of robe back like that, sort of like a dress, if you will. So I got no complaints with this figure. I really like the detail on the top with those like indented lines. That looks really nice. So yeah, an awesome figure. Let's get on to our Mandalorian next. Our next figure up here is the Mandalorian. This was the second set he was shown in, and actually till this day, the most recent set this figure has shown up in, because the Beskar Mandalorian was in the Tatooine set, but that's the Beskar Mandalorian, not this one with kind of these old raggedy looking armor. So this is actually the only other set we saw him in besides his ATST Raider set, which is the first one he showed up in, this one being the second. His blaster from that set and this set are the same, with a 3-piece build with that pistol, this brown lightsaber hilt, and this weird kind of like arm looking thing. So that's a really nice build, I think. And under the head, just a black head, nothing too special. The torso, hip and leg print look really, really good. No complaints with them, and I do think I say a lot. This style of cape should be shown up on more figures and not just the Mandalorian figures. This style of cape is really, really nice. It's thin and it makes sense besides the really thick and wide capes. He has some good back printing there. So yeah, a pretty good figure. And actually the most recent set you can get him in till this day in 2021. Our next figure up here is Greef Karga, or as many people know him, Apollo Creed. Yep, this is Carl Weathers in LEGO. He looks awesome. It's really cool to see him in The Mandalorian, and it's even cooler to see him here in LEGO. I think he looks really good. He has 2 pistol blasters there. No leg print, no arm print, but really fine torso print there. That looks really good. I'm kind of slanting it so you can hit the lighting right. That looks really good. He has kind of the Finn hairpiece that we've seen before on the character Finn from The Force Awakens. He does have a second face, which is kind of an angry face. Now you see here on his back print, you see this like big orange looking cape. You also see it here on the front print. I wish they gave him his own cloth rather than putting it on the torso, if I'm being honest. but this might be the only time I ever put this figure in a set. Who knows? There is another set coming out for The Mandalorian in 2021, so hopefully he is seen again. But maybe LEGO didn't plan ahead and they didn't want to spend the extra money. That's alright. I think it's a fine figure. I just wish they had that cloth. But besides that, not really any complaints. Let's get on to our next figure. Our next figure up here is IG-11, and technically this figure is exclusive. He has the same kind of IG and battle droid, really. Torso, leg, and arm molds there. And obviously these two pieces are extremely common. However, this piece at the top, his face or his head, is a new print. So he's technically exclusive to the set, though it's like not really, right? But he is technically, so that's cool. On the back here, you'll see these little clips here that clip his, I guess, sniper rifle blaster here. And besides his face, there's no other prints. He also comes with another blaster here, both in that black color, same as all the other blasters in the set. So yeah, nothing wrong with this figure, nothing bad about this figure at all. Just kind of simple, right? It just doesn't stand out too much. But for what it is, it's fine. It represents the character pretty well. So let's get on to our Scout Trooper. And here he is, our Scout Trooper. He is my personal favorite figure of the set. I just think he looks awesome. He looks so good. He comes with a little black pistol there. Nothing too special about his weapon. But this helmet mold is so good. It's a dual mold that they have adapted to for these Scout Troopers. They actually are doing dual molding the Stormtrooper helmets as well. So it's a good balance that they're finally dual molding them, so the prints are less likely to be misprinted, so that's nice. His torso, hip, and legs look awesome, and they flow really well. He just kind of has all black arms and hands. Here's the back of the helmet and the back of the torso print. That looks really good. And in 2020, they have now introduced that the angry clone face is gone, and we're getting regular figure heads. This is like the Lex Luthor or Bruce Wayne head. So yeah, that's really cool. We're finally getting regular heads, and we're getting rid of the angry clone, and that's another thing that really gets this figure higher on the list for me. Alright, now here's the Razor Crest, and first off, let's get to some of the design features. Alright, so getting on to the design, both these engine pieces on the right and left are symmetrical, and they look really good. You build all these little pieces individually. I believe they're the same piece, bar this piece here. I believe all of these are the same. They look really good. Now, a problem here, not necessarily for me, but a lot of people have that don't like stickers. This sticker goes all the way around the engine, and it was, I will admit, a little tougher to apply. So, especially for kids, it's going to be tough and a hassle to try and apply this and align it right. For me, it wasn't bad. You can see I actually got it pretty on point. With both engines, so that's good to see. Coming to the back of the engine here, you see that they used a barrel piece, which I thought was a really cool kind of inclusion to represent the back of the engine. I thought that was really cool. A lot of people don't like how it isn't flush. You can see it on the box as well, how it just isn't flush, this diameter with this diameter. But you look at the model, and that's exactly how the Razor Crest is. Like, that's just the design of the Razor Crest. So if you're going to blame someone, don't blame LEGO. Blame the designers of the Razor Crest itself. Like, that's just how it is, okay? So I think people complain about that way too much. Getting on to the other side of again, this thing is completely symmetrical, so I'm not going to go over both sides. But on this side, you have a cannon, which is cool. Now, it isn't a stud shooter, so obviously it looks cool and it looks great. And going over here, now this thing flaps down on its own, so that's cool. I'll go over that stuff in the play features. Here, this thing flaps down as well. Now, I do have a problem with this. Looking at the model, there isn't a dart right here. I wish they had covered this up with maybe a plate or something like that, but they didn't. Now, these pieces here, these are stickers. Just remember that. There is a good bit of stickers in this set. This is all gray, so that's nice. Oh, let me just go over here. This flaps down. This flaps down. This here also flaps down, and it also brings down this. This is just a all gray kind of triangular plate. You come to the back here. Here's another thing that kind of just flaps down. This is really detailed. I like the grill pieces and the tile pieces used here. This flaps down, and the other side is the same as this side, and it flaps down all the same. Getting onto the front of the model. This front looks really good. It's really nice and tiled and smooth off and just looks really sleek and excellent. Now you'll see a little gappage there, but it's not that big of a deal to me. This cockpit piece looks really awesome. Now it is a printed design. It is not stickers. So people who like printed pieces will be happy to see that. And it comes off with one piece like so. And inside you'll see 2 seats. Now in the show there is 3, but really what else are you going to throw in there with the figures included? Maybe a Grief Karga in the cockpit, I suppose. But I'll show you how you can put Baby Yoda with Mando when we get to the playability features and how to do that. Now also back here you'll see this flips up. You'll see 2 pins there. I tried it. You will not be able to put a spring-loaded bolt in there, but you can put Mandalorian's weapon, which is what is intended. So putting the cockpit piece back on, it looks really good. Now here you will see a sticker, and on the other side another sticker. It's symmetrical again, as well as a spring-loaded shooter here and a spring-loaded shooter here. I'll get back to those in the play features. And here you will see a escape pod. So that looks really cool. I'll get back to that as well in the play features. And here you'll see some slanted pieces with some dark black grills, which is cool. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the design. Now let's get to our playability features. Alright, so first to start off with playability, I kind of want to go back to the cockpit. Again, you can take this off, simple. You'll see a little kind of slanted piece, kind of L-shaped piece there. You just pull that off. And I'm going to show you guys how to throw in your Mando and Baby Yoda. So first I want to show you guys how I do it. So I put the Mandalorian's blaster, I put it back there. I put that piece down. And then I do it like this. So what I don't do, I see some people putting the child in Mandalorian's hand, but no, you can actually squeeze him in between both of his arms and he'll stay. Now obviously if you flip the shit over while you're playing with it, he won't stay due to, well, gravity. But just by playing with it like this, you can, if you just have it on display for example, it looks great. And then you still have that extra seat in the back there for someone like, you know, Grief Karga, Scout Trooper, I guess, but it wouldn't make sense. IG-11 wouldn't quite do it because he's a battle droid, but you can do it with Grief Karga. But I don't have him in the cockpit. I personally like to have him in the body of the ship, which we'll get to later. So yeah, before we get into the interior, I want to finish with the exterior play features. As I showed in the design, you got these spring-loaded shooters here. Again, symmetrical, so I'm just going to show you the one. You'll see this grill piece, and I'm going to put my hand here so I catch it. And you just push that down. I didn't even catch it. Well, that's a big rip. Hopefully I didn't lose it. And you'll see that shoots out. Now, they're awesome because they don't take away from the design. In fact, I think they maybe add to the design because it's hidden and it's hidden away. So that's really good. Problem here would be that blue piece. But when you have it loaded in, you can't see it, right? So this is the loaded in. This is the non-loaded in, right? So I think loaded in really adds a lot. Sorry, there's a bit of dust here. That's my fault. It's been on the shelf for a bit waiting to be reviewed. But yeah, so that's it for this play feature. Another play feature on the top here, which was also shown in the design, was the escape pod. Now I will mention this was not, as far as I know, shown in the show. I did watch both seasons, so I don't know if it's actually a feature of it or not. I don't believe it is, but it's actually cool. I'm glad they included it because it adds more playability and design like that. What you do is you pull this top piece off, and you can throw in a figure like this, just like that. You throw in your figure, and I have Grief Karga in there for now. And then you see these 2 red kind of pieces there, little stud pieces, very simple. And those are what clip this piece back on, and you can just clip the grids. There we go. Now you hear that snap, and you see in there your Grief Karga. Now this is something you can stick your thumb or a finger through. There is no glass. I will say that there's nothing clear. You can stick your finger through and you can feel his head, which is a little weird. Some people don't like that. I don't mind it. It's kind of whatever to me. I don't use the escape pod because, number 1, I have it on display. Number 2, I don't think it's actually part of the ship, but then you can just kind of throw it right back on top or have it escape. So that's a cool play feature in and of itself. Now let's get on to the interior. And you can open all of it up like that to see all of the interior. It's super, super awesome. On this side, you can have a spring-loaded bolt, which they give you 1 extra, but there's 2 more clips. I don't know if you guys could have seen that with the lighting, but there's 2 more clips below. However, they only give you 1 extra bolt. You can also put another weapon or 2, I suppose, like the Mandalorians, if you ever forget about that feature or just don't care to use it. So that's cool. Now, it is just all flat ground here. It is just all room for you to play with your figures. So that's cool. But some people didn't care for it. Myself, first looking at the pictures when it first came out, was like, why didn't they add something else there? So I was a little disappointed when it first came out, but now I actually really enjoy it. I actually really do like it. You'll see these two pieces here. These are your carbonite pieces that you see in Season 1 of The Mandalorian. So you get these two stickered, sadly not printed pieces, and they're pretty cool, and they look pretty awesome. You'll just see a little flat tile on top here, no sticker or anything on the back, and all you do is you have these little pieces there, and you just slide them on in, like so. So yeah, I really enjoy that as a play feature. I wish they included the characters. That'd be cool so you could like freeze them yourself. Sadly, they didn't. But here is like a Mandalorian bed, and I'll show you how to throw him in. So first, you grab your Mandalorian figure, and on the back here, you'll see his feet. You'll see these two open holes. However, the cape covers part of it, and that's kind of a big deal in a way, because his feet have to go on these two open studs to have him lie in bed. So to put him in, you have to do it with two hands, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. So there he is in bed. You do have to do it with two hands so you can push his cape away. That's a little stressful, trying to do it with one hand. But it works great. Now these pieces again are stickers. The only printed piece as far as I remember you getting in this set is that cockpit. Luckily, if I could choose one printed piece, it would be that cockpit, so that's nice. And then with all your stuff in there, I'm going to throw in these other figures, including a special edition of Cara Dune from the ATST Raider set. And like that, you can throw in all of your characters. Now I will say, again, Cara Dune is not in the set, she's in the ATST Raider. I just like to have her in the Razor Crest because it's pretty awesome to me. And you can close all of these, just like so. And it looks really, really awesome, clean. And yeah, now all your figures are stored away. Why isn't this piece closing? I don't know why it wasn't closing. It seems it literally just got stuck on this other piece. See how it's completely flush? And then trying to push it back in. You see, it's getting stuck. There we go. It's getting stuck on these. See how it's like kind of overlapping like that with this other piece when really it should be like this. I don't know why it's like that. And then see how now it's doing that with this. So there's a little problem for you guys. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way I built it. I honestly don't know, but something's a little wrong there. I'm going to have to fix that. I checked and I looked again, so if anyone has this set, let me know if that's a problem for you guys. But that's a problem I have. I didn't build it wrong, so yeah, it's a little disappointing to me to find that out. I was struggling with it, before, but not to that degree before, so let me know if you guys have that same problem at all. But another thing for our playability here is the, swoosh ability. You can carry this set from anywhere, from the one engine, from the cockpit area, from the literal back wing here, and pick this thing up and swoosh it around, and it's very, very sturdy. So the strength of this thing is absolutely insane, and I really appreciate the designer for putting in the thought about that, and it just won't break, and I just love that, so that's really, really cool. So yeah, guys, overall, I'm going to be giving this set a 9 out of 10. The reason I'm going to be deducting 1 point is because of stickers, especially this one. People have trouble applying them. I don't. I actually like stickers, but I'm going to go with the majority opinion here over mine, because obviously other people's opinions matter more than just my own. And this here, missing that light gray piece, it's not that big of a deal, but it does deduct a little bit from the design for me personally, and I really wish they could have just done that, especially when you have just over 1,000 pieces for $130. I think the value is a little lackluster. I wish it was 120, especially if it's going to be sold on only Amazon and only at LEGO stores. But that's pretty much it for my overall thoughts. A 9 out of 10. That's the reason I'm deducting that 1 point, is the stickers, that little piece on both sides, missing that light gray, and the value. I think it should be 120, especially on Amazon right now for 170. That is ridiculous. I mean, come on. Just because it has high demand doesn't mean you up it $40, making the value even worse than I already, honest to God, think it is. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I will see you in the next video. Up here is a playlist of videos, you guys. You can check that out. And right here is a recommended video for you guys. And here, right here is my channel. If you guys wouldn't mind clicking on that and subscribing, that'd be awesome. Absolutely awesome. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.